special treat, and it's cold, but I didn't say ice cream. So don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up too much. But now they're all going to wonder where the ice cream is later because I don't have ice cream. So, all right, but at 7:15, you've invited your parents, right? Grandparents, aunts, and uncles. You took the letter home, right? Right? Everybody? Right. Okay. All right, so we'll hopefully have some of them show up at 7:15. That means we need to change our schedule a little bit. So we're going to get right into things. We're going to save our singing and the puppet and some other things till the end. So those who do come in at 7:15 can see some of those things that we've been doing. So we are going to get right to our lesson, okay, the Bible lesson. So I know now you got to all of a sudden wind down and you all been running around and everything. So just sit up straight and get ready for our lesson for another secret agent. And after the lesson, we'll go over our verse together, and then we will dismiss you from there, okay? But tonight, all right, just checking to see who the agent is. Boy, this will be good, all right? So let's listen up. So far, real quick, who was our agent the first night? Anybody remember? Starts with an E. The first night. Left-handed judge. Ehud, remember? Ehud. Second night was who? The sword of the Lord and of Gideon, all right? And then Tuesday night was who? Samson, all right, who God gave that special strength to do special things. And then last night was who? Moses, right, who delivered Israel from slavery in Egypt. All right, so let's listen up. We'll find out who our agent is tonight, see what we can learn so we can be better agents for God.
Maybe somebody could come up with a way that ladies can wear these things, because I have no way to wear this tonight. No pockets. Okay, tonight is going to be one like you've never heard before. Are we sure we want the little ones in here for this? When Ehud, the left-handed judge, died, the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord. And so for 20 years, they were being oppressed by the Canaanites again. And the king at that time was King Jabin. And he had 900 chariots, and his captain of his army was called Sisera. So those are the two main guys in our story tonight who were the enemies. Because remember, when they did evil in God's sight, then God put them in oppression by the other people. I'll put that down, but it's too loud. So at that time, there was a lady named Deborah. And she was called a prophetess, and she would sit under a palm tree in her yard, and she would judge Israel, and they would come to her with their problems or whatever, and she was just a woman who loved God and shared that with other people. And one day she called the leader of the Israelite army. His name was Barak. And she said, "Don't you know it's time to raise up our army?" Because the children of Israel had cried to the Lord. Remember, whenever they called unto the Lord, he would answer them. He would send someone to deliver them from their enemies. Now, something that we need to remember throughout all of this is that these were special people that delivered Israel from their enemies. Years before, God had told them to destroy their enemies, to destroy all the idols that those people had worshipped. and not to have anything to do with those people because they did not believe in the true God. And so all of these judgments that were coming upon them were to show them that God is the true and only God. Okay, you boys can put those toys away, please. And so Deborah says to Barak, it's time to get the army together. It's time to go into battle against King Jabin and his captain Sisera. And Barak was scared. And he said to Deborah, if you go with me, I'll go. So he's the leader of their army, and he won't go into battle unless a woman goes with him. So she said, okay, I will go with you. But know this, that the honor that you would usually get in battle will be given to a woman. You will not get any honor in this battle. And so he gathered together his army, and they met up on a mountain. And King Jabin's army with Captain Sisera, they were down in the valley by the river. And so they went down and they started to attack the people down in the valley, and they were winning. And they were conquering the army. And so the chariots that King Jabin had, they were being washed away down the river, and the people were being killed. And the captain of the guard, he sees that they're being defeated, and he bails. He jumps out of his chariot, and he runs for his life. And he runs to the tent of one of his friends. One of his friends, actually, that had warned him that the Israelites were getting ready for battle. And so he came close, and the man's wife was by her tent. And so they were friends, and she said, come in here, I'll hide you in my tent. And so he went in there, and he was really tired, and so he laid down on the ground, and he said, can you please bring me some water? I'm really thirsty. So she said, well, I'll bring you a drink of milk. And so she gave him a drink of milk, and he laid back down, and she covered him with a blanket. And so everything seemed really good, didn't it? He was getting rest and everything. But she was not on his side. She was on the side of God's people, on the Israelite side. And so when this captain fell asleep, she got one of the tent stakes and a hammer, and she hammered his head to the ground, and he died. So after the battle was over, all the chariots had washed down the river, all the men in the battle had been killed, including the captain. And so Deborah and Barak, then they sang a song of praise to the Lord. Now remember, at the very beginning of the story, when Barak said, I will only go if you go. And she told him, the honor of this battle is going to go to a woman. And it went to Jael, because she's the one that conquered the captain of the enemy army. So all of these judgments came so that people would know that God is the true God. And anybody that decided to trust in him and follow him, like this woman, she wasn't an Israelite, but she was on the side of God's people. And so the honor of that battle went to her, and she's the one that we can remember in our Bible as the one that conquered the captain. So this week we've been learning about all of these special agents in God's army, and even as Christians we sing, I'm in the Lord's army, right? It doesn't mean we go out and fight with weapons and stuff. We don't do that anymore. This was a special time in history that God used the Israelite people. But we go out with the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. And we share God's Word with others. And we have learned this week that it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed, God can use you. What? Oh, no wonder it didn't look right to me. I was looking at it the wrong way. Thank you. Have all of them been upside down? No. Oh, good. That's embarrassing. Okay, so whether you're left-handed or right-handed, God can use you. No matter what you're like, if you're a farmer hiding out in a cave from the enemy, God can use you. No matter if you're young or old, God can use you to tell others about Jesus Christ, our Savior. And whether you're strong or weak, it doesn't matter. God can use you. And Samson, we can learn from, even if you do something wrong, if you confess it to God, He'll forgive you, and you can still be used by God to tell others about Christ. It doesn't matter. So whether you're young or old, God can use you. But you have to know the Word, and you need to talk to the Lord in prayer as well.
All right. Well, quite a lesson. But again, the point very well. God can use you right where you are, right, to do what He has called us and asked us to do. So, all right, let's go ahead, and we're going to wait till the end to weigh our offering and do all of that. Okay. So if we have any other adults join us, parents or whatever, they can see all of that. So. Any other announcements, Lord, before we dismiss them? Teachers, if you have any other numbers to give to my wife, please do that as far as attendance and things. I think she's missing some information there, so if you can help her out, please do that. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm not sure which. Are they ready for them outside? Does anybody know? We don't know. Oh, wait. I'm going to go over our verse. That's what I wanted to do. Sorry. Can we put our verse up on him? Oh, he was holding it up back there. I didn't see it. Yes, that's what we need to do before you go. All right? This verse is probably the shortest, I think it is, the shortest verse of the week, okay? So it shouldn't be too hard to memorize. In fact, we're going to do it all right here, okay? So you're not going to your classes tonight to work on your verse. We're going to do it right here, okay? So let's say the code and then read the message and end with the code, all right? Here we go. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. All right. So I can do what things? How many things? All things through Christ. And what does that do? The end of the verse? Strengthens us. Yes, right. Gives us the strength we need for the next thing, right? That He has for us. But He gives us all the strength that we need to do what He has asked us, just like we've talked about in the story tonight, lesson tonight. So let's read it again together. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. Who thinks they can say that? Adam, turn it off for just a minute. Caleb? 4:13. He got it. All right. Anybody else? Emmy? Philippians 4:13. I can do. All right. You want to try it? Right. That strength just means it strengthens us. So yeah, very good. All right, put it up there. We'll read it again, then I'll take some more here. All right, let's put it up again. Let's say it together again. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. All right, who else wants to try it? Johnny? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut him off. The reference? 13. There you go. Very good, Johnny. Very good. Yes. Okay. You remember the reference, the code? Philippians. There you go. Very good. Yes. All right. Very good. You guys are doing well. Okay. Try it again. Okay. I can do things. How many things? All things. Right. That word's important, isn't it? All right. Very good. Yes. Which? Okay, all right. All right, go ahead, Selena. I can all things through. You already said it. All right, anyone else want to try it? Zach? All right, very good. All right, Zeke, go ahead. All right, anybody else? Let's put it up one more time. We'll read it together one more time. And I'll give you one more chance. All right, here we go. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. All right, who else wants to try it? Most of you have done it. Go ahead. You go first, and I'll come back there. Go ahead. All right. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. All right. We'll give it to her. Strengtheneth me. Yes. You want to try it? You had your hand up. Yes. Okay. And where's it at? Philippians 4. Okay. I didn't hear it right. Very good. Okay. Selena? Which... There we go. There you go. Very good. Very good. Anybody else? Diego, you want to try it? Not quite ready? You want to try it? No? All right. Let's, yes, Teresa, go ahead. There you go. Very good. All right, one more time, Adam. Put it up. And then turn it off, and we'll all say it together with it off. But let's read it one more time together. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. Okay, turn it off. I want to see your lips moving. Saying the words. Here we go. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Philippians 4:13. All right. What's that? Oh, we're not quite ready, Johnny? All right. I didn't jot any questions down for the lesson, though. I can just do it from the week, maybe. All right. They're not quite ready outside for you. About 5 more minutes. So, has anyone said all their verses this week? Do we have some? Because we need that. Did we get that from the teachers? We need that list, too. Oh, you haven't? Okay. Okay, you're trying to figure, because we've got those other prizes to give out. Okay, all right. All right. All right, name the woman that judged Israel. You remember from tonight's lesson? Starts with a D. Deborah, right. I don't have my box of goodies. Should we get that, or we'll wait? All right. Who was the captain God chose to lead Israel against Sisera? Starts with a B. Barak, right? Barak. When the Canaanite army was being defeated, what did Sisera do? Okay, well, Sisera ran into the tent of a woman named Jael. I heard somebody say it. And then, what did Jael do? That's Jael. How do you say that? There comes the part where she took a spike nail and, yes, so don't try that at home, all right? Well, we'll get something special tonight anyway. We're going to get a treat. So, well, if we meet our goal, I should say. But, all right. That's all the questions there. Let's do our theme song. We can do that. Because at 7:15 when we sing it, I don't want you to sing nice and loud. Okay, so we'll do our theme chorus. Nothing is impossible. Right? Nothing is impossible when you put your trust in God. Nothing is impossible when you're trusting in His Word. Hearken to the voice of God to thee. Is there anything too hard for me? Then put your trust in God alone and rest upon His Word. For everything, oh everything, yes everything is possible with God. One more time. Nothing is impossible when you put your trust in God. Nothing is impossible when you're trusting in His Word. Hearken to the voice of God to thee. Is there anything too hard for me? Then put your trust in God alone and rest upon His Word. For everything, oh everything, yes everything is possible with God. All right. Is there any other information you need, Laura, before we dismiss them? Okay. Well, if you need questions, if you need something from them while they're here, we'll get it. But we can go around and ask them how many nights they've been here if you need to make sure, double check. But all right, she's making sure we don't miss anything, okay? We neglected to have you check in each night, so we kind of relied on what the teacher remembered who was there and stuff the first couple nights because we didn't start tallying until like Tuesday. So as far as your daily attendance, so we want to make sure we've got everything down, all right? How many have been here every night, by the way? I know we've got a few at least. Yeah, it's all right, several. Very good. Very good. How many have been here every night except one? In other words, 4 nights. All right. Yeah. All right. As soon as she's done there, we'll go ahead and I think they should be ready for us. We've got some. Let me just tell you about some other things going on. We're going to try to get a mailing out to you. Hopefully, we should have all your addresses back there. But on Wednesday nights throughout the summer, we have had a program that we have called Camp FBC, okay? And we just have some fun activities, camp-like activities and singing, and it's just a little bit different type thing, but and a little lesson as well. But so that's each Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 8, okay? And so we want to invite you for that. And then at the end of August, once school gets back into swing and we change gears a little bit, we have our kids club that starts up on Wednesday night. There's 1 week break, and then we start in for our kids club, King's Kids Club. And so that's every Wednesday. And similar things. You can earn prizes. You can you have a class time where you learn verses and things like that. So, all right. So we've got things here for you on Wednesday night. I know some of you, a few of you, I think, probably go to church somewhere else on Sundays. Is that right? But if you don't go to Wednesday night, we'd love to have you here for our kids programs that we have going on, all right? So you can tell your mom and dad about that. In fact, we should give them a thing before they leave, but go ahead. Oh. Well, I know some of the teachers were keeping track of that each night, but the first night's mission was to invite a visitor, so we would have gotten that when you brought your visitor. Second night it was to say your memory verse, right, to at least 3 adults. How many did that? Keep your hand up. Johnny, Isaiah, and I don't remember your name, I'm sorry. Yeah. Ian. Diego. And you said, oh. Well, we'll give it to you. That's okay, we'll give it to you. What's your name again? Allie. Add Allie on there. What's your last name? Wallen, that's right. So Allie Wallen also. All right, and then last night's mission, I forgot to ask you last night if you fulfilled it, but that was to retell the lesson briefly of Samson to someone, to an adult. Did anybody do that? Did you do that? Okay, Allie did that. Johnny did that. And Diego did that. All right, they should be ready for you now. Grab a chair, you said? Okay, here's the instructions. You're going to go down, again, single file, no running, no pushing. Go downstairs, go through the fellowship hall where you have snack time, grab a chair, and go out, and they'll tell you what to do when you get out on the playground, all right? So you've got 25 minutes, and we'll see you back up.